So this now, the Wyfold Challenge Cup, and actually a race that has gotten underway for the second time.
Let's have a look and see how they go. We're getting away from the start here, and these are often difficult to steer, the Wyfold crews particularly. And we're looking here, this crew, we'll look at them trying to steer apart, but here we go. Both crews looking like they're getting off their stations, and the umpire there working hard to try and get them back into line.
So yeah, just looking back at this race as it got underway, and some unsteady steering from both of these crews. City of Cambridge on the near side of your picture, and Broxbourne Rowing Club there. Hand goes straight up in the bow seat for Broxbourne Rowing Club. Russell Theobald not happy with that from City of Cambridge.
Now it's interesting to see what they're going to do, because they can do a restart mid-course. The umpire has that within their remit to just literally stop the rowers, realign them as best as they can from the umpire's launch and restart. Or they have it in their gift to say, no, we're going to go right back round to the start, or to do a disqualification. We see it here, it's a restart mid-race, and here they're off again.
The race in France has just had...
So underway again, Greg, you're absolutely right. Chosen to restart in the middle of the course, but not a good omen here for the steering in this Wyfold Challenge Cup. Such a difficult event, I think, to get down the track, and between two very tight crews, it seems, as Broxbourne on this restart just gaining centimetre by centimetre on City of Cambridge.
Yeah, restarts like this are always difficult because you're never quite aligned properly, you're out of breath. Who's got their breath back quickly? It's more like a training session, isn't it, where we say, right, let's do a minute flat out, stop, catch your breath, and boom, we're off again. So yeah, what an exciting one.
So that was what happened in the start of this heat of the Wyfold Challenge Cup, but now jumping down the course, and it's City of Cambridge that have shaken off Broxbourne Rowing Club after all of that sort of crisscross and, you know, bashing of blades. They're out the other side of it, and they've worked hard to get an advantage so that they're out of the woods from a steering perspective.
Certainly out of the woods from a steering perspective right here, but they're still wandering around a little bit, perhaps off their station, but they're at Remenham Club, and yeah, it's going to have taken it out of this crew as we have a look at Broxbourne here. They worked hard doing those two starts. Let's see how they're able to do over this last bit. Can they stage any kind of recovery, or is it a case of enjoying and doing their best to get over the rest of the course?
Yeah, this crew from Broxbourne Rowing Club, a club based on the River Lee, and I know that a lot of Broxbourne supporters are tuning into the live stream to watch their crew compete. And this crew, Russell Theobald, Amir Akbari, James Evans and Phil Robinson Moore, formed in early May. And it looks like you're right, Greg, that the restart has just not set them off on the best footing for the second time around, and they're really struggling to keep with the pace of the City of Cambridge crew, who have been racing a lot this season. You know, they've been at the Met Regatta that takes place on Dorney Lake. They've been at Wallingford Regatta. So really used to this side-by-side racing format in this combination.
Yeah, and that experience is going to show through that, as you say, the Broxbourne crew only formed late in the year. They'll be pleased to have made it into qualifying, to be here racing on the course at Henley in the main regatta here. As it was, yeah, really exciting start. Plenty of steering going on, plenty of head scratching really for the officials, the umpire there. I think that's Sarah Winklis in the umpire's launch to need to figure out. But I think she made a good call to stay. We're only a minute into the race. We can realign these crews. We can keep the schedule moving. We don't need to create big delays here. We should still get the fair result by getting the crews back up and running as quickly as possible. There we see Sarah Winklis stood at the front of that umpiring launch.
And I think at that point in the race, you know, both crews really had some steering, you know, malfunction really. You know, they both went to the wrong side of their patch of water. So both crews partially responsible, and so the fairest thing, you know, to restart, not send one crew home out of the regatta at that early stage.
Absolutely, it was, no one was particularly culpable. They're both in the middle of the station, so yeah, it seemed very fair from those pictures we saw to stop the race and then do that restart crack on, get this race done, as these rowers here from City of Cambridge will be pleased to have done.
Yeah, we'll obviously wait to see what Sarah Winklis decides to do on the review here, if any of the crews challenge this result, because they are well within their right to. But let's see what happens here. City of Cambridge will cross the line first, but let's see whether we've got a nice clean finish here from Broxbourne Rowing Club.
Well, I would anticipate a white flag now from Sarah Winklis as she crosses the finish line. She'll take a look, she'll take a think, but I think she's pretty clear. And we're going to see her now hold up that white flag to say, yep, that race result we've just seen is valid.
I like the fact that she just checked over her shoulder with the other stewards on board. They're doing the timekeeping and recording of this race. And they both nodded in agreement that a fair result there for City of Cambridge Rowing Club A in the Wyfold Challenge Cup.